When it comes to raising babies, one of the most exciting milestones is when they begin to feed themselves. It's a moment that not only signals growth but also independence. You may be wondering, why is baby self-feeding so important? Well, the benefits go beyond just the immediate convenience for you as a parent. It plays a key role in your baby's development, confidence, and overall health. Let's dive into why encouraging your baby to feed themselves is something every parent should consider. 1. Developing motor skills. One of the first benefits of self-feeding is the development of your baby's fine motor skills. These are the small muscle movements that help with hand-eye coordination, grasping objects, and ultimately learning how to manipulate tools later on, like a spoon or fork. When babies feed themselves, they're practicing grasping and holding objects, which helps them learn to develop dexterity and hand strength. They start with their hands and progress to using utensils, which means the more opportunities they get to feed themselves, the stronger their fine motor skills will become. This isn't just an academic exercise. It directly translates to their ability to explore their environment and interact with it in more meaningful ways. 2. Encouraging healthy eating habits. Self-feeding can help instill a positive relationship with food early on. When babies can choose what to eat and when to eat, they learn to listen to their bodies and tune into their hunger cues. This sense of autonomy helps build a healthy relationship with food that can last into adulthood. Babies become more attuned to portion sizes and learn to eat at their own pace. The act of self-feeding also introduces them to a variety of foods and textures that they might otherwise be hesitant to try. Babies tend to explore their food more when they can handle it themselves. They can squish, bite, and play with food in ways that engage their senses, which is important for their sensory development. Plus, self-feeding encourages a more diverse diet, as babies are more likely to try new foods when they have control over the experience. 3. Promoting independence and confidence. One of the most exciting things about self-feeding is how it fosters independence. As your baby starts feeding themselves, they begin to understand that they can control aspects of their daily routine. This newfound sense of autonomy is incredibly empowering and boosts their confidence. Each time they successfully get food into their mouth, they're gaining a sense of accomplishment. This sense of independence doesn't just stop at mealtime. Babies who experience self-feeding are more likely to approach other tasks with confidence, such as dressing themselves or later learning to feed themselves with a spoon. As they learn, they'll be less dependent on others for basic tasks, which also helps you as a parent when you're juggling various duties. 4. Aiding digestion. It might sound surprising, but self-feeding can actually help with your baby's digestion. Babies tend to take their time when feeding themselves, chewing their food more thoroughly before swallowing. This process aids in the digestion of food and makes it easier for their little tummies to break down what they've eaten. When you spoon-feed your baby, they may rush through meals simply because they don't have the control to decide when to stop eating. Self-feeding encourages them to eat at their own pace, allowing their bodies time to properly digest and process food. 5. Building family mealtime rituals. Feeding your baby independently creates the opportunity for family mealtime rituals that everyone can enjoy. When your baby is sitting at the table with you and feeding themselves, they become a part of the family dynamic. This is an opportunity to connect and share meals together in a way that is interactive. Mealtime isn't just about the food, it's about creating bonds and memories. When babies feed themselves, they become more engaged in the experience. It gives them a sense of belonging, making mealtime more enjoyable for everyone involved. 6. Reducing mealtime power struggles. Self-feeding also helps reduce the power struggles that often arise during mealtimes. When you spoon-feed a baby, you're often the one in control, and they may not always want to eat or may not eat the food you want them to eat. This can lead to frustration for both the parent and the baby. By allowing your baby to feed themselves, you are giving them control over their own eating experience. While they may still make a mess, they will start to feel more in control of their food choices, leading to a more pleasant and cooperative mealtime. Over time, this will reduce the likelihood of tantrums and food refusal. 7. Social and emotional development. Another benefit of baby self-feeding is the social and emotional development it encourages. As your baby interacts with their food and observes family members eating, they begin to develop social cues around eating. Watching others eat allows babies to model behaviors like chewing, swallowing, and enjoying meals. Additionally, when babies self-feed, they gain a sense of emotional satisfaction. There's something inherently fulfilling in the act of being able to provide for yourself, even at such a young age. This helps nurture emotional well-being, especially as babies grow older and seek more independence. 8. How to get started with baby self-feeding. If you're thinking of introducing self-feeding, start by offering your baby soft, easy-to-hold foods like steamed veggies, soft fruit slices, or small pieces of bread. Always ensure the food is cut into small, manageable pieces to avoid choking hazards. As they get more proficient at handling their food, gradually introduce more complex textures, such as mashed foods or small pieces of meat. Also, don't be afraid of the mess. Babies are messy eaters, and self-feeding will naturally create a bigger cleanup job for you. But it's a worthwhile investment in your child's independence and development. As your baby grows, you can introduce utensils like a spoon or fork. They may not get it right away, but with time, they'll begin to understand how to use these tools effectively. 9. Patience is key. One final thing to remember: patience is key. Baby self-feeding doesn't always look perfect. There will be food all over the place, and mealtime may take a lot longer than it did when you were feeding your baby. But the skills and benefits they gain from self-feeding will be invaluable in the long run. So, take a deep breath, enjoy the process, and celebrate the little milestones as they reach them. Self-feeding is an essential skill that promotes development, independence, and health in your baby. It's a key part of their growth journey, and while it may take some time to adjust to, the rewards are undeniable. By encouraging your baby to feed themselves, you're not just giving them a chance to eat. You're giving them the tools to become confident, independent individuals. So the next time you see your little one grabbing for food and trying to feed themselves, remember, you're watching their development in action. Celebrate those messy moments. They're part of the beautiful journey of growing up.